Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. Well, we have a special edition. The entire episode is going to be on this man right here, Mel Martin, and his auto museum that we have in the background. A lifetime achievement of cars. And we're getting a private tour on a day that it's actually going to be closed today. So we'll have that private tour with Joe Bridgewater. But Mel, always good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much. We've been friends for a long time. Yeah. Let me just ask you a couple of quick questions before we go inside. How long has it been now that you've had the place?
This place we bought 6 years ago. We'll be open in March 3 years.
Yeah.
Took a while to buy it and then a while to get it remodeled.
Yeah.
We moved from over I-17 and Bell Road.
Yeah.
And you were there a couple times.
Sure, many times. Yeah.
I think we had about 55 cars there.
Yeah.
We have 177 here, and we own 242, so we rotate in and out.
The story is you're still looking for a couple new ones.
Yes.
It keeps you young.
Yeah.
It keeps you young.
I like buying cars out of estates and individually rather than at an auction.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look. There it is, the Mel Martin Auto Museum, the man himself, the Martin Auto Museum, the Martin Auto Museum. And I'm going to take a little bit of time and go through every car, not in great detail, but in detail, with your General Manager, Joe Bridgewater. How's that sound?
That's wonderful. You know, we're on 9.5 acres.
Yeah.
We have 700 parking spaces, and the building is 107,000 feet. It's all air conditioned. We got 3 meeting rooms. One meeting room will hold 500 people.
And we've got games for the kids.
Oh, we got games for the kids. We got a carousel.
We've got your first car ever in there.
Yep.
Do you want to give them a hint? What is it?
Let's let them.
Let's make it a surprise. All right.
Yes.
I'll bring them on in.
Okay.
Thanks, Mel.
Looking forward to it.
As we enter through the entryway, Joe Bridgewater, our general manager. Good to see you.
Hey, Lou. My Car Story Lou is here. Thanks for stopping in, Lou.
Always a treat. Thanks for the private tour today.
You are welcome. Let me turn my headlights off.
Please, yeah.
I
was getting a little blinded coming in there.
And then I can't start my desk.
I can't start my desk. Well, let's take a look right off the bat. We've got a great entryway with some of these vintage, everything from your cash register to your, we've got the radios here and the phonograph that I can see.
Oh, yeah.
The player piece there, the roller organ, and your old Edison, as you can see there.
All kinds of great.
We've got the founder, and we've got Get a Fisk right there. Nice. All right. Well, let's walk right through, shall we?
Fantastic.
As we open up, let me just give people the overall real quick. Lights as far as the eye can see, as you can see, and we'll take you through the grand tour, one vehicle at a time. So why not start off with the beginning, like that. And as we start off in the beginning, we have the Mercedes-Benz replica, the first car. Joe, tell me a little bit about the museum.
Yeah, we've been here in this particular location almost 3 years this March. The whole concept of the museum has been Mel Martin's dream most of his life, and he's seen it come into fruition. So we're on the west side of Phoenix. We're one of the best kept secrets, but we're hoping now that Lou will reveal the secret to the world that we're here, and we want you to come out and see all these fantastic cars.
So we start with the minis. Just like so. The Crosley. Like that. Look at that.
just for the viewers to know that all the information that Lou is showing you on the signs for the cars, we have that available in a digital catalog that our chief historian, Gene Sparks, has put together. It's 580 pages, and we can get that to you upon request.
Like so.
This is what this baby looks like. And if you have it printed off,
Yeah, go ahead.
it looks about this thick.
Wow.
So it's a labor of love. Thank you again, Gene Sparks.
Yeah, it's gonna be, Gene did a great job. That's quite the effort there. Boy, talk about 1950, this would be like the smaller, bigger than a bumper car and smaller than a real car, bigger than a bumper car.
Yeah, absolutely. Fun for the whole family.
The Crosley lineup. Almost looks like a little lineup of kind of Kittyland cars for sure.
Yeah. I think we have every model except the station wagon, so the viewers will obviously let us know that.
What is this here? I don't even know what that is.
That'll be one for everybody to talk about online. Trabant. It's definitely one of our most talked about cars.
Look at the... And by the way, the first thing that impresses me when I walk in is the cleanliness of your place. My goodness, it is super clean.
We have a stellar staff, like we talk about. We have the best volunteers on planet Earth, and our board members are dedicated to making sure the museum is great all the time. So a shout out to everybody that makes this place work. It looks simple, but there's a lot of people involved to make it work, day in and day out. So thank you, everybody.
The mini jet.
Gotta have one.
Well, yeah, why not? The Thunderbirds. And right behind it, we have our Volkswagen. With your surfboard.
Ready to go.
Lots of windows across the top and the back. That's great. Joe, tell me about the event room here.
Yeah, so one thing we're known for is our event rooms. And so you can see this one is the Mustang room. It's being assembled for a wedding that's going to happen here soon. This will hold 150 to 175 people comfortably. And we use it for all kinds of functions, birthday parties, corporate meetings, anything you can imagine.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it's a fantastic space, and you can imagine having a meeting or a get-together and then having the ability to come out to the museum. It just really adds to the event and to the experience. So,
And see the cars too, just like this. And you can see we've got this kind of boat underpinnings to this vehicle. So it looks like a modern amphicar, the 2016 Water Car Panther. Was this, with the life jackets, nice. Was this something that was like the Wisconsin Ducks, or what was the purpose with this? Is this a one-off?
Yeah, this was a manufacturer. I think they're actually back in business, but I'm not sure how many vehicles they produce. But again, it's a cool little rabbit hole if you ever want to go
Yeah.
look into it, and there's some neat videos online.
I'm just going to take us down here as well.
This is our catering kitchen, and so again, where you can come, lay out all your foods, have them catered in, and that way the event servers have a place to set up to allow that to happen.
I'm sure the employees enjoy this room too.
Oh yeah,
I mean, there's lots of booths there.
yeah,
This is-
spectacular. This is where a lot of car stories take place.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then we have this room down here. Let me come down there. What room is this? I know it's not
So
fully
this
lit,
is
but
the
this is...
Bristol Ballroom. So this is our big ballroom.
Jeez.
We just had an event in here last night, so we're still cleaning it up. But
Wow.
we have lighting that allows you to give it a certain effect and appeal. Again, this one will hold up to 450 to 500. If you want to have a wedding, we have the bridal suite, and this is a great place for the
Oh, wow.
bride and the bridesmaids to come in.
Look at that.
Set up. So yeah, this is a fantastic space again for your wedding.
You're really well thought out, Joe. Really well thought out. All right, we'll go back to the cars here.
So we're put together with full audio and video technology in each one of the rooms. So that adds again to the experience.
That's your bike.
That
That's how
is-
you get around.
That is it. And this bike, it's hard to believe, but it's actually done 200 miles an
Yeah,
hour at
that's
one
pretty
time.
impressive, Joe.
And I am in the lifetime 200 mile an hour club.
Let's, I'm gonna have you move that
Yeah.
bike out of the way so we can get to not only the Transformer car, which there's a little story behind that. I seem to always be alluded to getting the Transformer vehicle completed. This one has under 300 miles. Maybe next time I'm back we'll get that. But a life-size Bumblebee there as well on this one. So we'll step back and show that. Like so. We have our 2010, we have our 2010 Camaro here, Transformer Edition. You can read some of the details there. I've got this Lincoln here. Looks like a Lincoln, am I right? Yeah, I am right. 25 Lincoln Model L. Wow. Look at the headlights. Lincoln out of Detroit. That's just a big vehicle there. It's about 6 foot tall. We have the Golden Sahara. This one was featured on My Car Story with Lou out of the Claremont Collections. Just so you could see that, a little shout out to them. They have lent this car here. If you come to Chicago, go to the Claremont Collections. You'll be able to see this car there. It's on tour right now, making some trips around the country. Has the Goodyear lighted tires, as you could see. And again, you could see the full video of the Golden Sahara 2 on My Car Story with Lou. If you check that out, we did a nice in-depth. This is not a reproduction. That's an actual Tucker. So also on the channel, I came in with Mel when he got this car. There's a great story behind this one. And if you come and go to My Car Story with Lou and put in 1948 Tucker, you'll hear the story about how Sally impacted Mel to get a car, and this was the car that was chosen. So I'll step back from that. You don't get to see that every day, that's for sure. I'll walk around the other side of it so you can see it. In the back, and we started in the video, is a helicopter engine. Yeah, so if you want to hear it start, you can come and see that. There's the back of the Golden Sahara. I just thought you'd want to see the interior of this one. A lot of room on the passenger side. And the doors, you can see how they open. That's kind of cool. Like so. This is so nice of Joe to give us this private moment where we can see every car and feature the cars and get a chance to really highlight this entire museum in one That's a great Thunderbird. The other thing we have is the REO, just like the band some of you may be familiar with. The REO Speedwagon band. This is not a Speedwagon, but it's a touring car. By the way, for kids who come here, there's a game room. And all of these games they can get a chance to play. And they're free if they come and look at these opportunities. The pinball games, of course, the Hot Wheels and Star Wars. This Coronet 440 here. Just like that. Very nice. With the Hemi heads. And the Superbird, as I like to say, even a muscle car needs a hero. So that's your Superbird right there. Some kids you know from the Cars movie, Mr. the King. We'll take a look at that. Like so. We also have all these Woodies, as you can see, which are great. All the custom panels. Just like that. The back end of it. It's like a Woody Nomad. You can see it's just got the two doors and the back door. That was your 49 there. This one is your 51. As you can see that, that's just great. The word Country Squire there pressed into your door. A great wood ornament, little clear top to it. What do we have here? We have a 51 Mercury Woody wagon. Take a look at that. Great grill. Again, kind of a nomad-like style to this one with the two doors. How this is bent and the curvature. How pretty that is. Let's see if I can get you a better shot there, like that. Now, when I think of a Woody, I think of the Town and Country Chrysler, like that. That has quite the presence, as you can see. That's tremendous. And then this actually is kind of a Woody. Looks like it opens up and it's like a, it's got wheels, so it's a cooler. But take a look at the back of this car with all that extra wood right here. And just let me show you kind of the how it's all grooved together. Like so, look at the pieces that are all bent and curved, fitted together. This trunk is very heavy. And the Woody's right there. That's just great. This one, you were thinking about, we showed you the bride's groom's room. Here's the groom's suite right there. And I'll show you this room for a moment. Speaking of rooms, if you walk down this hall with all the memorabilia, I'll go slow enough so you can see some of it. This back here is where they have some of the cars and some of the things that are coming up, like so. Some of the memorabilia that they work on here. This room across here, although the lights are not on, you can still see it. This is a classroom for kids. This is where they're going to have for kids who want to get into automotives, they're going to come in here. You can see where the teacher's podium is, way down there. So the teacher would be there. The students would be all here. And I believe that there's a scholarship program, so that's all pretty cool. And what a great room to be in, right? With all the car memorabilia on the walls. So that's super cool. You know, be fun to go to a classroom like that. That would be fun. You know, walking around, seeing all the colors like this. Really a neat place and a neat space. This, of course, besides the groom suite, let me show you that. We showed you the bride. Look where the guys hang out. Like so. What a great place to have your wedding. The chairs, the barber chair, mirrors to see how you look, place to hang your stuff. But here's the Duesenberg. We featured this one before. So if you come to the channel My Car Story with Lou and take a look at that, you can see this in great detail. Looks fantastic there. Look at this. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Striking. Here we have something called an Alvis. Not Elvis. The Alvis. And this we've also featured on the channel. So if you pull up on YouTube, My Car Story with Lou Alvis, we feature this one. You can see how the doors open accordingly. Very cool car. Now you'll see these ropes kind of go into this little room back here. And if you come back here, this is kind of a Mel Martin kind of lifetime achievement room. You see he's got some of his memorabilia here. Some kind of cool things around here. We have these. He's got some Coca-Cola memorabilia, some automotive memorabilia, everything from carburetors to 8-track tapes. This is a cassette adapter, so you'd stick that in your 8-track and it'd make your cassettes work. All these trophies. Pieces of Mel's history. There's his tow truck, M&M. There's a young shot of Mel with some more automotive trinkets. You know, that's the projector camera. Early egg beater. And some model cars. Speaking of model cars, and then you can see some books. But you're going to see a library. This is like, I think, every hot rod magazine, you know, from categorically put together. That's quite the effort just to put that together. And then one other room, speaking of the model cars, we have this room. And even in this room, you can see you've got John Deere collected here. There's themes up here. You've got a Tucker, which, well, you've got a real one now, too. And you can see some of the GM cars there. They've got the little dirt track racers, the trucks, the Pennzoil, some funny cars, drag cars. Some memorabilia, Native American. Here you can see another Tucker, like Mel's. Another Tucker. He likes Jeff Gordon. So you can see that's Jeff Gordon's first car. Mel's got that actual one back there. We're going to see that coming up. That's great. All the Camaros in one spot. Looks like some of the Fords. Little section of Mercedes here. Looks like some General Motors cars up here. We go over to some Fords here. The time it took to lay all these cars out, get all the spacing just right. Mustangs, Thunderbirds. Boy, somebody did a great job on that. More cars. American Motors cars up on top. Buicks. Looks like some kind of perfume bottles or something on that side. Cadillacs across the top. More Cadillacs. Tow trucks. Lots of tow trucks. Looks like pewter cars or some trucks. Indy cars. Race cars, Bugattis, Ferrari, trucks, more trucks. Looks like cars from the 20s and 30s. Some Chevrolets, some race cars, some British cars, more race cars. Big cars and small cars. More Ferraris, a couple of Ferraris. Some Vipers, some muscle cars. Some big older cars. Wow, that's great. Well, let's go right here. We've got some Cadillacs. The V8 North Star, the XLR, all opened up. So you can see how that trunk would work on that one. Look at the windows come out and all of the mechanisms and the roof. That's great. The 2006. Go on this side of it. Like so. A 2004 Cadillac with a supercharger on it. And I believe when it's got this chromed out grille that's the performance model, as you can see with the supercharger. It's got a little widened look to it. As you can see the flares on it and the four doors. The exhaust. Another 32 valve North Star. The ESC. The big Cadillac Brougham. We'll walk around this side. Interesting how the leather wraps around there. But we'll feature these cars. The Eldorado ESC. I see it has a sunroof on it. This one says it has 27. This Fleetwood has 27 original miles on it. So, if you want to get yourself a big Fleetwood with 27 miles on it, well, this is probably the only one that's there. Look at the size of that. That's a big car. If you wanted to be the big dog, you made a statement in this one. This one has 4,535 miles on it. That's the Big Daddy Caddy right there. Back in that time frame. You drove up in that. People knew you were somebody. This is a real special car with the stainless roof. The 57 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham. I said 58. I saw the dual headlights on both sides. Your stainless steel top. These great little fins. The great back end. Yeah, you don't want to miss that. Since I'm back here, we'll start to feature this one. Black with a green interior. Let me just show this Cadillac here. This one is the 49 Cadillac. Let me show you this one from here. Give you a nice shot of that. And now we'll feature this one. I like that badging up the center. A beautiful wood ornament. Where this one has the word Eldorado right in the center of it. And just a great look coming at you like that. I can see these chrome pieces here and on the back. That's nice. Then we have one that's a little modified, looks like a 48. You see it's got some custom rims on it. It's nice to have the cars, I'm correct, a 48. And it says the fastback, so we'll show you the fastback. Not only these great fins that pop up, by the way, if you push that button, that's where the gas opens up, but a really cool color on that one. I'll walk you around this way so you can see the back of this car. Actually has a trunk, and that's where the term came from, because you have a seat back here, the rumble seat on this one. Yeah, that's pretty sharp. Like so. We've got the 31 Fleetwood convertible. So you've got the big Cadillac V8 there, the beautiful emblem. Look at the hood ornament. I'm going to do it that way. Maybe it'll give you a little better. Kind of holding her hair. Looks like a mermaid. Well, take a look at this. That's a big presence in that time frame. Now this is actually a real lightweight. So you got the Hemi there. "12 were created from the engineers." Notice, as I didn't notice at first, but I'll point it out. Notice how the back wheels are pushed up like that. So they're not farther back in this quarter panel here. They're pushed up. For your straight up race car. Oh, that's pretty cool. While I'm right there, we'll show you that as we walk our way around. But here we've got a Cobra. Bristol Roadster. Nice. I guess it's an AC Bristol Roadster. There we have a continuation Cobra. Like so. We actually fired this one up on the channel. That was pretty popular. This is great right here. The Studebaker bullet nose. Well, you can see why they call it a bullet nose. There's no question about that. You've got a lot of pageantry. Champion. I take that back. Studebaker. Champion. I knew it was there. I just had it in the wrong order. You get that great airplane design. And I really like the back end of this one. Before I get to the back end though, check out this custom baseball themed motorcycle. The catcher's mitt, your Louisville Slugger, your baseballs, your Arizona Diamondbacks tribute. Even the helmet looks like an Arizona Diamondback tribute. Some sponsors. Be on time and play hard. Even that back sprocket looks like a crazy baseball. And Bob Brinley, the world champs. The Diamondback give back. Harley Davidson Softail. A charity game Mel Martin was in. We have this. Looks like, yeah, it is Gold Wing. 2008 Gold Wing. I think that has a airbag in it. There's the back of this Studebaker Champion. Looks like a observation deck on a train, passenger train back in that time frame. You see he's got some little ones there. Article there. My car. That's gorgeous right there. That Packard. Just fantastic. Look at the big swan with the wings out. That Packard emblem. Oh, this one's a good one. That's just great. We'll show you a little bit of the interior. I don't know if you can see that too well. I think I'm getting some glare. With this, I should be able to do like that and get you that. Well, here we got a little custom resto modded vehicle. You can see there's no door handles on this one. The 39 resto mod, nicely stuffed in there. For sure, 350 engine in that one. There we go. Look at this Buick. 1948. The foot ornament there. The super convertible antenna up on top right there. We'll move that right there to show you that one. That was the one I showed you the back of when I was back there. We've got 36 Ford here. The big curvy headlights like that. Custom. Really cool rims on this one. I'll show you those. Nice. Just want to show you the rims on this Buick. There. Those rims, well, they're just super. Got you like that. Look at how the back just swoops down real nice. Here's your interior here. Like so. And this Ford looks like the one from Karate Kid. The 46 Ford. Obviously it's a different color. That was yellow. This one's black. But really looks clean. The Super Deluxe. As you can see. There. The big, unmistakable Ford. The 8 is the furthest protruding. This one has the spotlight on it on both sides. Look at that. Nice. I'll show you the back of that one. That's great. We've got this one here. This is a big Ford. Nice rounded back. Looks like a 40s. Got that sun visor on it. 48 Ford. Super Deluxe. This one has 2,700 original miles on it, it says. Wow, time capsule. Real time capsule. I have another Ford here. It's fun when you see them side by side because you can see the differences in the years, the subtle differences. This one's a 47. A Super Deluxe 8. It's got that blue band on it. We can see how these doors swing out, both of them. A nice back end on that one. We had a Packard here. Big trunk space on that. And the headlights formed. 38 Packard there. Like so. Just like that. Wow. What do we have here? Let me show you the hood ornament just for a second. Got kind of a interesting piece that folds over. What do we have here? We have another Packard. Get the hood ornament. Put it kind of that way so you can see it a little more efficiently. That's a color that catches your attention. All the work there, and the headlights. The rumble seat. You flip this open and you put your trunk on that with your Packard motor car. Another Packard. See, this one's a little resto modded, by the way. The 50 Packard Deluxe 8. Another Packard. I get that. 50 Packard Deluxe 8. Oh, that's pretty. It's special. Well, it's special. The 41 Packard 110 Special Coupe. Look at that. That's great. The grill. See if we can get you a shot of this one from the side, maybe a little bit. So. About 170 cars, I believe, are in here. Show you the back of that. Nice badge. I like how the two-tone paint looks on that, along with the word Packard there. Here we have a Plymouth coming up. Look at the little fin-like lights. You can see this one has that look of that Woody we saw without the wood on it. The extra chrome. This back seat with those big latches like we saw on the other one. Nice mint interior. Actually mint, not just condition, but the actual color. For venting, so you can get some venting by your feet. Interesting. That's all solid there. the 49 Plymouth convertible there. Great. And a 66 Chevy here. I'll go on the other side because it's open there. 66 Chevrolet Impala. I'll show you the interior when I'm on this side. Like so. Nice. I'll walk around the other side. Show you the side of that. That looks good. Seems like the wheels, it's got some nice brakes on that. Overall good look on that car. Along with the word Super Sport and 396 turbojet. Right from there. And as we move over here, we see we have our Cord. This one's a replica. It's a great replica. You can't tell the difference. You have that boat tail right there. That's amazing.
I love the red on red.
Yeah. Clearly a modified car. You could tell by the interior. Interesting. Replica of that one. Let me just do this so you can get a little better look at it. And then we'll go down this aisle. Kind of reverse order.
This Queen coach is on your channel.
Mm-hmm. Look at that's actually wicker. And we featured this one. The Queen would be back there. Yep. We're actually not kidding.
The Queen of Netherlands.
Yeah. Here's your trafficator, which means that that thing will come out to let you know that they're making a turn. There she is. That's quite the grand entrance coming in this. And we'll show you in the video, but the back seat is made of silk.
Correct.
You wouldn't want to get any calluses as the Queen riding around.
Again, we want you to come in and experience the museum. All the digital information we have available makes it even that much more meaningful. Lou's videos add to that experience. But it's nothing like
You got to see the real thing, yeah.
see it, touch it, experience
Smell it, yeah. Get
is all part of it.
wow.
And then if you're as old as Lou and I are, you get to see Red Skelton's Rolls Royce.
Really?
You can imagine him rocking down Hollywood Boulevard in his Rolls Royce.
That just makes a statement. That look right there. Wow. Very nice. Then we've got this pickup truck that looks like it's on the frame of a Corvette or something. Advanced design, yeah. Just a few more horsepower than it had from the factory there.
And the fun is you get to see all the resto mods throughout the history, how they would go from different designs and looks and shaved door handles and everything in between.
The custom pickup. Interesting how when you've placed them side by side, the F1. No, not an F100. Not an F-150. The F1. But when you look at all the different fronts, you're walking down the... Go ahead.
Definitely one of the fan favorites. Everybody seemed to have these on the farm, and they remember driving them prior to having any driver's license.
Right? That was the beauty of the farm.
Several of the vehicles have unique paint jobs, like this here.
Oh, yeah.
The old pickle wagon, pickle truck. It's got to be at least 20 to 30 different colors, and you have to see it under these lights too.
I want to show you the back of this one because it's quite different than what you'd think a pickup would look like. With the fins. That's great. That's great. I'm going to have you move just this way because you don't want to miss the fastback.
Again, another car featured on Blue's channel.
Oh boy, this is a good one. 68.5 Ford Mustang 428 Cobra Jet. And the Cobra Jets were just coming out. Oh, a little QR code. Nice.
Right to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
So QR codes here in the museum. We just try to make it as simple of a great experience that we can. We don't want to be a sensory overload, but it's going to be.
Look at that.
One of 500.
Look at that. You know, if we're getting this wonderful opportunity to be in the museum with Joe and have this great opportunity, I told him, I said, well, we're definitely going to take our time and do each car right. And I know this will probably be the longest video on my car story, but I think for those who like that and like cars, they'll enjoy this. And if you want to fast forward to something you like, you can. But just the different history in the Mustangs that you see right here, just side by side by side. The Ford Fairlane Crown Victoria. One thing I want to show you is that that top is actually see-through on there. And of course it's got those great fins on it too. Nice.
If you love automotive history, that's definitely what you're going to see under one roof.
Yeah.
Is over 100 years of automotive history, all in one foul swoop.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
I've been hanging out here for over 15 years, and every day I come in and see something different.
Isn't that amazing?
I'm like, I didn't see those hubcaps yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that hood ornament last time.
Mm-hmm. I think that for me at least, you know, besides the fact that it's the detail that you get to see.
Yep.
And if you like something mechanical, the gull-wing doors, you know, this is kind of your paradise, right?
And the fun part about it is when people come here and tell us their car stories, they're not as good as Lou's car stories, but they're right up there with great car stories.
Oh, I'm sure they're just as good.
Everybody has a car
Everybody
story.
has a car story. That's for sure. So you had a 56 bird over there. Now you have a 55 bird over here. There's the beginning of the Thunderbirds, which is really cool. Just like that. And the exhaust coming through the bumper like that. Isn't that great? It's just great. Joe's emergency vehicle there where he runs around in that.
We've actually hit 200 miles an hour on this bicycle, but there was nobody here to record it.
Nice. The Electra Glide. Wow.
We just had a whole group of these trikes show up last week.
Is that right?
There must have been 30 of them. They were having the time of their lives. And not any of them tipped their bikes over.
That is great. Look at the DeSoto. Look at all the detail in this. You have chrome up here. Chrome right here. And that looks like a vent that's open. Then you have DeSoto below it, if you didn't have enough there. Chrome around the headlights. Chrome across the grille. Chrome bumper. Wow. Oh, that's a great one. Let me just show you the interior of that. Wow.
We do have a wow limit in the museum.
I'm already over it.
Reached the limit.
I'm over the wow limit for
There's
sure.
30 wows per visit, so we're gonna have
I think
to
I'm at 40.
Lou is at
Somebody
40
take your time and count how many wows I had, and please leave it in the... This one is on the channel. When I saw this one, I said, this has got to be on the channel. So you can take a look at this in great detail. We fire it. Now this one I got to show you front and back. This one's also on the channel. But clearly you could see it. Well, let me go back here. Because somebody's saying, well, how do I find it? There you go. That's how you find it. My Car Story with Lou and 56 Hudson Hornet. Now this one, well, you can see it's an Oldsmobile. Well, is it? Because when you come to the side and the back, you're already guessing what it is, and you're right. It's a Cadillac. So,
Come on, Lou, give it a wow.
wow. It's the Oldsmobile Cadillac. So they've combined it, and it was in this movie called The Late Show.
And it's all right here at Martin Auto Museum.
Yes. The 54 custom movie car.
Gotta have one.
51 Kaiser. You don't see many of these. With the buffalo. Look at the hood ornament. I want to show it to you in a little more detail. It's like an acrylic piece right there. You can tell that's all original. It's all got some cracks in it. You don't even want to touch it. 51 Kaiser Special. Look at that back window you can see in the center. I think they call that the Darren Dip. If I'm wrong, someone can tell me. And add to the channel. I want to show you this one from the back since I'm back here. But it has the back end of what looks like a Rolls Royce. And watch the front end. The side you can see looks like a Monte Carlo. And then the front end looks like that.
Wow, there's another one for you.
That's what a normal Monte Carlo would look like. Minty fresh.
Green on green.
Yeah. A nice minty color. 450 original miles on your 77 Lincoln Continental
Mark V.
Mark V. Now we get a little bit of a muscle change to it. Let me just show the back of that Lincoln. I like that opera window. Thought that was a nice way the back end came together on that.
Obviously the great race colors of that era.
Mm-hmm. A W30 tribute car. Cosworth Vega.
Definitely from Lou and ours era.
Look at that. I don't have this one on the channel, but I do have one on the channel, so you can check that out. I think you'll enjoy that. The Cosworth twin cam. There's a custom front end on this pickup.
This is a nice display of chrome work.
Look at that. Wow.
Thousands in chrome. Check out the bed of that one, Lou.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. The clear bed. You can see drivetrain through it. And custom exhaust. Well, when your car's that chromed out.
That was the
class of
heavy
54.
era of chrome. Another lost and dying art.
This one's a custom.
Yeah, you definitely see the era of customizing and what was available to customize things during that season. Different interiors, different steering wheels. This one even has a blower in it, which was always fun.
Oh boy. Wow. That's crazy.
Was that another wow I just
That
heard?
was. Somebody's counting. A mirror way up on the fender.
This is one of my favorites for sure from my era. You could buy a race car right off the showroom floor.
Who put this one together?
This is the Ratfink's son.
Streetnik Bandit.
What's fun is you look back at this era, there was no 3D printers. This is all done, obviously, by hand craftsmen, which makes it even more fun. No computer-generated stuff, all hand-drawn and then basically formed into a car.
Wow. If you were driving down the street in that. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go up and down these two,
Okay.
and then we'll work our magic this way. 66 Le Mans with a 326.
A lot of fun John DeLorean history in here, as he was the think tank to Pontiac's muscle cars.
If you were a alien and you've come down to Arizona and they said, show me something from the 1950s, this would be the one I'd show them. The right color. The Nomad we have here. Wow, that's quite the color too, that purple. The 210, your base model. There's 64.
And the fun part about it is a lot of these cars Mel would drive for a certain amount of time. So he would tell stories about having pretty much the fastest car in the neighborhood back when Phoenix was just a small podunk rodeo town. So you can imagine him pulling up in this Barney Fife looking very much a sleeper from the outside, and then all of a sudden, pow, She's My 409 is rolling down the road, and the Beach Boys are singing loud and clear.
And She's Mighty Fine.
Mel said nobody in town would even want to think about racing him in that one.
So many great cars. I love the color of this. The blue and the white.
Definitely a fan favorite.
The beginning of the Camaro with the Z28. 35 years later, you had this one. With the racing stripes. The special badging. The Z28 next to it in 94. So many of these are so clean, the copies as well. I mean, you really get a chance to enjoy the Camaro history. And of course you've got the 30th edition. Why should we miss any editions? So is there a different question? Is there any rhyme or reason how the structure of I like it, I see it, I get it, or?
Pretty much depends on the day and the weather.
Okay. So he kind of, yes.
He's definitely a car connoisseur. Truck guy, tow truck guy. He just loves everything about it. We've got race cars, farm equipment.
The right amount of pedals.
And again, I think that's what we're known for, is more of just the history as opposed to the perfect cars or a certain style of car. It's just all of them. And typically when I ask people what their favorite car is when they come in,
Yeah. You
by
have it.
far the most common response is all of them.
Favorite car? All of them. 572.
If you're still hanging with us on this long video, please come in and see me and say, Joe, I saw Lou's video. And I'll show you one other quick sneak peek here, Lou.
Yeah.
Another commercial.
All right, let's
Come in. This is more memorabilia that Mel forgot he had. This is Dale Earnhardt's jacket from 1988.
Wow.
And Jeff Gordon's jacket.
So
All kinds of neat stuff.
So
that-
your room is a history lesson as well.
This is just more leftover memory. This is just the leftovers.
Great office.
Oh yeah, you got to get a shot of my dad's car. real
Okay.
quick. You know this one. This one's on your channel. The Coyote 37. A shout out to my dad. Here it is, Pops. Right there on Lou's channel.
There you go. Yeah, me and your dad have a good time.
He's got, I think, 4 or 5 videos on your channel.
Yeah. I told your dad, you keep buying them, I'll keep showing them. This room is, let me just see if, hey, look who I have here. Mel Martin.
Welcome.
It's the private day, and look who's in his office. Do you mind if I come in and ask you about your office?
No, like, come right in. You're welcome.
We're all friends, of course. Share with me, what do we have? Look at your birthday card, I see.
Yes, how about that?
Now, you're a little bit older than this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is an old one.
That's,
Tell me why these are on the wall. Are these actually like all signed by people?
yeah, they're all signed. I was on the board of directors of Insurance Auto Auction. I helped start it.
Yeah.
And when I retired 12 years later, and that was their gift to me, them 5 pictures, they're all signed. They got certificates of original.
Authenticity, it says, yeah. Wow.
And they're my pride and joy, I'll tell you. Took 12 years to get them.
Nice. Wow. That is great. Tell me what this is. Firefighters.
Yeah, I host the firefighters, and they're all retired. They live here in town, and so they meet here and they give me that as a thank you for letting them come.
Tell me about this picture. This one's got the glass frame. What do we have here? Is this you as a boy?
Me as a kid.
Show me you. Point you up. We're gonna point you out. You pointing you out.
Right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Look at that. I see the nice glass. That one's special to you.
Yeah.
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 This is great. First
Yeah.
of all, I know that Joe wants me to run back with him, but I couldn't help myself to come in and say hello again. How are you?
I've been fantastic for an old guy, and I've obviously I've lost some weight and exercising again, and
Is the secret that the cars keep you young?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here every weekend.
I've said that for years, and people are probably thinking I'm joking.
Yeah.
You're evidence that I'm not joking.
I work in my real estate office 5 days a week, and
Yeah.
I work here on the weekend.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that you just love the cars. How did you get started in cars?
I started a garage my senior year in Mayer, Arizona, which is up north of here.
Yeah.
And my dad had a Richfield service station, and my dad wasn't in my life between 8 and 16.
Yeah.
And my mom and him got back together, and so we didn't think on the same page. And I said, I'm going to go next door, and he owned the building, he charged me rent. And he charged
Sounds
me
like he taught you a lesson there.
Yes, he charged me to rent, and he charged me to live there.
Yeah.
Live at the house. And of course, Mom, would slip the money back once in a while. But
Like a mom.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was a wonderful person.
Yeah.
School teacher. She was my idol.
Yeah.
And I started the garage, and I had an uncle up there that was a good mechanic, lost part of his arm.
Yeah.
So if I got stuck, why he come to my aid. And one day, it's a funny story.
Yeah.
One of the guys, one of the farmers, rancher, he come in and they said he'd had his Model A at the Ford garage and it still leaked oil. And my uncle said to him, my nephew next door can fix that. And he said, just bring it in tomorrow.
Yeah.
He'll fix it for you. So the guy brought the thing in and dropped it off. And I called him and I said, Miles, what have you got me into? And he said, take the pan off, take the crank loose, take the rear main off, and loosen the front one and really loosen the second one and call me. So he come down with a bale wire and a cotton rope. And they have a little groove. They didn't have no seal. And they had like a screw on the end of the crank. And it would throw the oil back into the pan
Yeah.
and not out, which wasn't very well designed. And when these guys would go slow over the rough dirt road going uphill, the screw wasn't going fast enough to throw the oil back in. It run on the clutch and out on the pan
Yeah.
of the flywheel. So he run this up over there, and then we trimmed it and put it in the bottom as a seal and bolted it up. And I think he told everybody that owned a Model A in Yavapai County, because sometimes I had 2 or 3 of them waiting in the yard to be fixed.
And that got you going.
And it really got my reputation going, and like I could fix anything. And I overhauled transmissions, and I bought a transmission jack, and
Yeah.
I did a little bit of everything. Then I bought a wrecker, an old Packard, and then the guy gave me a 39 Ford, a rancher did. He wasn't using, and I made that into a wrecker.
Yeah.
And then eventually bought a Holmes 525 wrecker on a 53 Chevy. And from there it went.
And it's going okay now for sure.
Yeah, yeah, but my goodness. We moved down here in 55
Yeah.
to Phoenix, and I had one employee,
Yeah.
opened a body shop. Of course, I had 3 wreckers. And 10 years later, I had 108 people working for me.
Isn't that something?
And I had 34 tow trucks, big glass company, big body shop,
Yeah.
and of course the towing company. And then I started a wrecking yard,
Yeah.
and then I started an auto auction. So from there it went.
Your mom must have been super
And then
proud.
my wife and me started buying real estate.
Yeah. Your mom must have been super proud.
Oh, she was. Yeah.
You were the apple of her eye, I'm sure.
I took care of her, I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
that is great. Mel, before we leave, I hear you got your eye on a few more cars.
Yeah. I got my eye on 9 more.
Is it a sickness?
Huh?
Is it a sickness?
Yeah.
And we don't want the cure.
No, absolutely not. No. I don't go to auctions much anymore, but I do. It's an even hour.
Oh, the even hour. Yeah,
Every hour,
your
my-
Mustang radio went off
my
over there.
Mustang
Yeah.
goes
I was like, someone jumped in on us.
Yeah.
Mel, I'm gonna go back out there so Joe doesn't think I lost him, and it's always a treat to see you. Stay well, my friend, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Oh, I hope so. You can come out June 7th for my 95th birthday.
That'd be fun. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.
These are just administrative offices.
So what do we have here?
Some
The John
farm-
Deere section.
Some farm equipment. And believe it or not, this is probably one of the areas where people linger the longest.
Really?
They'll come over and say, hey, we had one of these farm-alls. We had one of these John
The
Deeres.
drivetrain.
And the stories begin to happen. And again, a great part of American history has been lived on the farm. And you know as well as I do, just to be able to drive something mechanical, this is a lot of times where it started. Dad or Grandpa would say, hop up in the tractor
In the farm mall.
and go.
Let's do it.
We got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. We're going to stay right here. We're going to work our way around there and end there. Somebody might be saying, how much longer, Lou? Just look. All right.
Hang with us.
Hang with
Maybe we can
us.
do it within a day.
That's a tough looking rod.
Every car has its own story. Like you know, hanging with Lou.
Look at that. So here we have this blue car, a Model A, 1931. Your Ford. We have another Model A. Your standard coupe. A little different hood ornament. I'll do that so you can see that a little better. Like so. Kind of cool how they painted the spokes. Another Model A. Your Chevrolet here. Your 29. This one's clearly a 29 because it says it right in the center of the headlights. That one's got a little giddy up and go. Your 29. Clearly a Hogan's Hero movie car here. Now, obviously a movie car is going to be a one of one. How do you get information on that? Do people call you? Does there verification process? What's the process for something like this that we're looking at now?
It's a great question. So yeah, we'll typically dig and get information from people, from their past, the history of the car, with serial numbers, identifying with people who acquire the cars for the productions. So we're constantly in pursuit to make sure we have the accurate information.
Yeah,
So
it's fine if you don't, but yeah, it's just, I know you guys will just expose that, so to speak. Yeah, it's not the car that you're thinking it is, right?
yeah.
But
and-
at the same time, vice versa, yeah, it is the car you're hoping it is.
Yes, and so again, we have a shout out to Gene Sparks, who is our chief historian and is constantly working on making sure the information's accurate. And so we're constantly updating that handbook. And like you know, it's in some ways easier nowadays with the information online, and in some ways difficult to just make sure it's accurate. But it is something that we're trying to constantly clean up,
The airflow.
the airflow.
You had the Chrysler and the DeSoto. Here clearly is the DeSoto, as we just featured that. And then this big Buick. That thing is a large vehicle.
This is donated from one of our board members, Drew Nixon. Built this with his dad, and his dad wanted C10 truck mirrors on the side there, so that
A little
these nice-
upgrades.
and these nice turn indicators on the front.
Yeah,
So you can see
you're
that
not missing that turn indicator.
his dad wanted to make sure he could see and use the turn indicators. So
Take a look at those headlights. Ovalettes is what you have there. And this Studebaker. It's a little bit for everybody. And what I mean by that is if you like the restored modified, which there's a large population that likes the comfort of something like that, you can have that. And if you want something that's all the way back to original, and I call it take you back to that time frame, you have that too. Like this is obviously modified next to something that's not. See, it has the Offenhauser flathead there. And you say, where's the trunk come from? Well, it comes that you actually had a trunk, as you can see on the last two. Then we have the GTO with the proper day 2 Kragers on it. And yeah, plenty of chrome there.
you can see I've made Lou self-conscious. He's no longer saying wow. He's just you only have so many wows in you each day. And then your body goes into shock.
That's where I'm at right now.
So, I mean,
I'm in the shock mode. We're at the shock and awe section of the video.
shock and awe.
We got some electrification here.
So this is a car that was at the Peterson Museum for years. It's number 8
The Tesla.
in the S series.
Model
It's
S.
signed by Elon Musk. It's
Really?
the first of the 10 that were built from the factory. And we have number 8 here for you to see. And next to it, the big Hellcat.
So do people donate Hellcats or?
These were actually donated.
Purchased?
This is a SEMA car. The Hellcat there, the blue one, was donated by Mel's adopted son, Bobby. Unfortunately, he's passed away, but he donated that. This is kind of cool to have two side by side, one that's been original and one resto mod. To just see that transformation.
One original and one extra crispy?
Exactly.
Nice. One stock, one custom. Yeah, that is very cool. A little bit for both sides.
And again, I think again you're seeing again the history, and we keep emphasizing that. It's just a fun place to bring friends and family members to tell car stories, as Lou would say.
Yeah. That's a favorite there.
Yeah, I love the fact that there's more chrome on the back than the front.
Yeah. Your 54 Skylark. You have that face like that. I call that the Bulldog. I think they call it the Waterfall.
This car has some history to the ever popular Happy Days.
Really?
This was in the original Happy Days. It was in a museum in Hollywood. It's a beautiful car. I think it has less than 30,000 miles on it. Oh yeah, sitting next to the
Z28, there's those
Z28.
taillights.
one of my favorite lime greens. what Lou and I would see in our high school days.
Sure.
You would know the guys and gals by their cars. Little MG action.
Mm-hmm. I move back just a little bit to get that all in.
We'll have people donate stuff to us to keep the cars up to date. They'll say, hey, I have a steering mechanism. Do you want it? And we say, yes, sir, or yes, ma'am. Old Pantera.
The wedge. Working our way through.
Always fun little things along the way that you see.
45th anniversary. Wow.
Little suicide going on.
Nice. Now that's custom, correct?
Correct.
That okay. I'm like, that didn't come that way. Not that I remember that way. The 73 Buick Riviera.
Again, a lot of the cars you can get into. We appreciate the people respecting them.
We'll show the back of this just because it's got the boat tail.
Mm-hmm.
There's that beautiful back window there. And the boat tail. We'll keep working our way around. This one's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Catches you off guard. You say, oh, it's a little Ranchero. But this is a Canadian car, as you can see by the maple leaf in the center.
Correct.
Go-kart generally did not come with it.
But you gotta have one.
And look at your maple leaf in the center here. You can't get enough maple leaves to make sure it's Canadian. Even on your hubcaps, the Frontenac. Sure, why not?
Maybe a little wow for that. Old Canada people.
Oh, we love our friends up north.
We do.
Yeah. So as we come over here, I finally got one of these on the channel. Not just the fact that it's a Studebaker. This one clearly has a modified engine in it. But what's interesting to me on this one is, well, it's a Wagonaire. Now, if you haven't seen it on the channel, and we move back, you say, okay, so it's a wagon, as you can see. Well, there's a little something special with this wagon. On the back end of it, well, you have that. The roof that slides into there, making it a Wagonaire, like so. Nice. While we're right here, we have the Buick GS convertible, baby blue. I like how the museum has muscle cars, Volkswagens, Ferraris, fuel injected. There's your Volkswagen, showing the back end of the Buick. Your 78 Beetle convertible. We got a little bit of everything for sure. And we'll keep working our way around. We've got this one right here. Not sure what that is right off the bat. Clearly they use that in the parade for the Marshal. The Great American Race. A 1914 Dodge Brothers, great race car.
So another little sneak peek
Sure.
here real quick.
Oh, we're getting a little break in the action. Go ahead.
So Mel has actually run these cars that you see in the Great American Race.
Really?
So you see memorabilia from those races there. These are the actual cars that he raced. We also have a little sneak peek here.
All right. Let's go for another sneak peek. Behind the scenes footage. Whoa.
This is called our race room, or neon room.
Wow.
Another wow.
Look at this. I mean, there's just a series of it. Garage, garage, garage. GT350.
We have people that donate these to us where they've taken pictures of the emblems of the cars. And
Yeah. That's amazing. Wow.
That was two wow.
Yeah, you got two in that one. That was a two-room wow. And worthy of it. Official pace car. Your 300. Let's come back here. All right, let's wrap around this way and we'll work our way back around. I'm going to go through this room and come on the outside.
Which
Okay.
is a little sneak peek there.
I will sneak peek that. I'm going to stop down here, work our way this way, go around, and we'll wrap up in our last section there as we get a little bit of a break in that room.
We did miss all the Corvettes, but we'll get to.
Oh, we're going back around. We're coming around. We're not going to
You're
miss a
getting tired,
thing.
Lou, I can
No,
tell.
not at all. Matter of fact, don't forget your Caravel ride.
we're
When Lou
gonna
gets
run
when I get a little tired, I get on the ponies and I ride around. We pat Lou on the head. We give him some popcorn. There we go. The cutaway of your race car. There's Jeff Gordon's rookie car, as I understand it. The Ford NASCAR Baby Ruth car. There it is.
Mel Martin with.
Sure, yeah. We featured this one
Yep.
on the channel.
Another little side room vignette here.
Look at these things. Well, you wouldn't want to get your wheels tangled in this. This is like half go-kart, half cage racing. Look at this. And if you look on the walls, more memorabilia, little kind of go-kart dragster there. Look at this one. With that big piece right there so you don't get dirt thrown up in your face, although you still will. Look at this one. So this is our race room with all the signatures on that. 1914 Ford Model T Racer. Oh my. That's great. A time period correct race car. Obviously seatbelts added later with the little windscreen in front of you. You have another special room for me?
This is our little race space here.
Another spot you'd never see. What? Wow.
Some fire suits from NBC, ESPN, ABC. Jeff Gordon's pit crew.
Jeez. A memorabilia. This behind the scenes is crazy good. This, believe it or not, is something that you won't probably see ever again. The Ford Edsel tow truck. the Edsel tow truck. I don't even know if they call it a Ford Edsel tow truck. It's probably just the Edsel tow truck. And there, Ford Trucks for Edsel dealers. So in case you're wondering, yeah, Lou, they just kind of butchered it up. Nope, they didn't. That's amazing. Let me not even show back in the, look at this. The little baby pedal cars, pumps. You buy your own mail truck. And if I think, I'm going to open this one just for, I'm pretty sure. Look at this, has like the radio from the time period. Joe, are you able to open the hood on this or no? Because I wanted to say there was a badge on here that actually said Edsel under the hood, but I think it pulls up from the front. Edsel, with the Edsel piece there. Is it on the grill?
The grill definitely has.
Not there, it might be. It's not on the firewall. Oh, you know what? I think I know where it's at. And there it is. Right there. There it is.
Another hidden gem.
Another hidden gem.
Look at that. You don't think this tow truck is work?
Oh yeah, this thing. Look at it's missing from the arm. Yeah, that's sweat.
That's
what
acid
that is.
from your arm.
Yeah, that sweat took that right off. That's someone working in that truck.
This is another.
But take a look at the Edsel tow truck. That was worthy of a definite time frame. (1970) Kaiser DJ mail truck. Wow.
Fan favorite in Phoenix here for people that work for the post office.
Yeah. The library. Are those all like Hot Rod magazines or something?
Hot Rod magazines. We also have.
It looks like the entire collection.
Dealership
Brochures.
brochures for 1995.
Mercury
Okay.
Voyager or Villager. Yeah. The trunk and treats, as I call them. But look at this. These are all hot rods. Wow. Another one.
All kinds of service manuals.
Well, you can spend days just in there. Just in there. The 78 Avante, which must be an Avante 2, which means it must be a newer Avante, not the ones from the 60s. We have this right here, the 2000 Pontiac Bonneville Racer. We just showed you Mel's great race car, and we showed you this one. We gave you just a flavor of this. There it is at that race. The Pace Setter convertible. That's a good looking car. Let me just show people. This under 6,000 miles. The 95 Corvette Monte Carlo Brickyard 400 pace car. I'm going to show people the back of that real quick, both of these two. And the reason why is you've got 47th annual Chrysler 300 and the Monte Carlo with the Speedway. The Riata. We'll stand back from that and show you that. 91. We have our Volkswagen. I think there's just a few cars here before we go see our Corvettes. So we have our specifications for our Ferrari, our 360 Spider,
Definitely one of the most sat-in vehicles.
This one?
Yes.
Everybody likes to get in a Ferrari.
Especially the younger generation, for sure.
Yeah.
All the exotics.
What do you have here? A Maybach? What is this satin car? Or Jaguar? That's a big Jaguar. Looks like it's got some custom rims on it.
It's been wrapped.
Yeah, wrapped. Is that what it is? Okay. Next to another Jaguar. This one looks...
Again, you see the Ford influence.
Mm-hmm. XK8. Very nice wood there. All right, let's go right over to our Corvettes. Let's go deep. We'll go over here. Well, I guess we could do these three right here, kind of work our way around. We have the 50th anniversary. Clearly.
So we have a 2003 and serial number 2003.
Is that right? Nice. Did that just work its way out, or what happened there?
Yeah, there's some significance to having all those numbers jive.
Mm-hmm. The 61. The 58. The 95. I like the color on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes you think when you look at the cars, look at that face. Wow. The C7.
Another unconscious wow.
It's gonna happen. It's
This
gonna
is a-
happen here.
This is another one on your channel.
Yeah, the cutaway. Look at this. You could see this, the 67. How they took it apart.
Everything's been cut away.
Mm-hmm. Like so, one eye winking at you. But you can kind of see the backs. I'll just do that so you can see both backs.
Mr. Leon.
Yeah. You can see what I think they call them the elephant tusks on the 58. Easy to spot that. The 78 25th anniversary. That big logo right there.
This lister is on your channel?
Mm-hmm. Which is this one we're seeing right here. You'll see it has a Lister badge on it. So yeah, you can check that out. The Lister engine under there.
That QR will take you to your channel here.
Mm-hmm.
Lister information on when it was.
It was new. Latter-day Lister. Some taillights here. Like so. Your side pipes. Your 427. Your 67. And we'll come back over here and show you your 68. So you got the 427, 68, and the 427 over here. Now we've got the 40th anniversary. And you can see that badge there. We'll show you the taillights as well. The C8 Corvette. I bet you they like sitting in this one too.
Unfortunately, they're not able to.
Oh, okay. The 2020 Corvette. That's kind of cool.
100 miles on it.
100 miles on it, of course. And here we have the 66 Corvette. So an overall look at all the generations up to the present Corvettes all in one room.
We are missing a C3.
Okay, C3 is missing. Someone would have pointed that out to us, so I'm glad you said
They
that.
will.
All right.
Are you still rolling?
We are.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We've got the wrap up here.
So
The
let,
car-
me,
the-
let me kick on the carousel so
All
you
right.
get the full experience there.
While you're kicking that on, I'll look at the peanut truck.
Still has a little bit of Christmas left on it.
All right. Or the popcorn. Well, I think they sold both popcorn and peanuts from a truck like this. Look at that.
Notice where it was manufactured at, Lou.
Chicago.
Dunbar, Illinois.
Nice. Oh, hometown carousel.
The popcorn truck from Dunbar. You could either get the horse-drawn version
There's the peanuts I was talking about. Really?
or the gas-powered, right? Dunbar Company.
That's amazing.
Look at the etch work up in the ceiling. It's just utterly fascinating. Oops, that's gonna
I'll jump
trip
it.
you up.
I'll jump it. Wow.
This is a whole day in and of itself.
Look at that. Dunbar Maker, Chicago. That's crazy.
Isn't it awesome?
Thank you for letting me jump the fence there. And then there's another hot rod back there,
Just back in the back, the tea bucket.
along with the diner flavor. The 50s tea bucket. Are you ready to fire that?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You ready?
I am ready.
One of Mel's favorites. 3, 2, 1.
is great. Perfect, Joe. That's perfect. That is that is great.
Say wow, it's okay.
Yeah, that is great. You know, I think in the museum we just need ourselves a carousel.
That's one of Mel's favorites right there. We use that in parades, and I think you've done, that's on the YouTube channel, I think, too.
I don't know if I've done the 30 Cadillac, but it could be.
I sent you this picture you can add. That's
Nice. Here, let's show that.
That's one of
There's
Mel's,
Mel in the carousel.
one of his happy places.
Why not?
The great story of the LaSalles.
And that one was at the Arizona Concours. But this is what I was talking about when you look at this lineup right here, and you just think of the time period. A lot of people don't think of the 2930s, but look at the design and detail and, you know, the hood ornament. And this big light.
Rear windshield.
Mm-hmm. Where you sit back there and this flips up and you jump in the seat and you have your name etched on the side. This one looks like a moonshine runner. It's got the matte color to it. (1937) Cadillac LaSalle.
This is that original dump truck I was talking about.
This is Mel's first ride.
Yep. I get mixed up. This one or this one. They're both from that same era. Here's Mel in his heyday sitting on top of his dump truck with his worker bees.
Notice the tires are a solid chunk of rubber.
Solid rubber.
Jeez.
Along with the car stories, we're trying to tell Mel's story. This was the first type of tow truck that he worked on as a youngster. It's all mechanical. This was the name of his garage,
M&M Garage.
Mel and Mary, and his phone number was literally 333.
He's the first guy with a phone.
So these are things, this is, again, some of Mel's history that we're trying to give people some background on.
Got it.
Little silhouette somebody painted of Mel's story up there.
The gas pumps.
Gas
I'll
pumps.
step back from those. We got the Mel Martin car right here. This one here.
Again was another car of Bobby Martin's, his adopted son.
That's cool.
Some pictures of the service stations that Mel had.
There's your 333 phone number. This would have looked like the back in the garage area at Mel's. That's great. There's your tow truck. I'll step back from it so you can see the mechanical part of that. Notice the big light on top. Wow.
That was a more subtle wow.
That was a more mature
They
wow.
pop out just kind of.
They do. They do. At least if you're me, they do. Someone said to me, they said, "Lou, how you doing?" I said, "When I'm around cars, great." Yeah, this is what happens. (1910)
Yeah, most people watching the video now think we maybe did this backwards because now it's like everything's getting older.
Going back in time, yeah.
We're going back in time.
And we're almost wrapped up.
So again, we don't really have a chronological look to it. We just kind of throw them all into one big bag.
Well,
For you
no,
to
there's
enjoy.
definitely a Corvette room, and this
Sure.
is clearly a, you know, you've got the tractors in one area, and,
Yeah,
you know,
it's like going back to a smorgasbord. And if
Yeah.
you want more Corvettes, you can just go back to the Corvette room.
yeah, a Woody before they called it a Woody. Yeah. The brass era before 1915. I think that was the first time frame the brass area. People could tell me if I'm wrong. The Dodge Brothers,
Dodge Brothers.
1924. (1928) Plymouth Deluxe. Just like so. And this is the last one. The 1915 Ford Model T convertible. I think that's fitting that we end with an early T. We'll just take our time and look at that. There's your badge, the correct lights. Notice you actually can't get in here, you get on the other side. Just like that. Joe,
Yes.
what a treat to be at Mel Martin's Auto Museum by ourselves, the full tour. Wow. We got one last one.
The wow wow.
That was a wow wow.
The wow wow. Yeah. We are so glad that you guys made it this far. And if you literally made it through all the way through this video, I want to personally shake your hand if you come into the museum. So please come up to me. I want to meet you, and we'll have a little bit more backstage information for you. If you made it this far, come and see me, and I will definitely give that to you. Again, thanks for coming out, Lou.
Thank you,
It's always
Joe.
a special treat to have you here. We always look to you as being an expert in doing car stories, and thank you for all your work in the automotive field to keep those car stories fresh.
It's
So,
always
thank
it's
you.
always my pleasure. Thanks so much. I'm eager to see what people think of the video. Thanks.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bonus footage. So this is for his mom, but since I've said it so many times, there we go.
Wow, Mom.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.